Our top story comes in from the maximum city, Mumbai, where the death toll in the Mumbai Hooch tragedy has now reached 102, with 46 still undergoing treatment in critical care. Police has arrested Mamta Lakshman Yadav, taking the number of arrests in the case to 7. According to the Mumbai Police Chief Rakesh Maria, an inquiry has been constituted to probe the connivance of cops with the bootleggers. Meanwhile, the city police conducted raids at the godown of accused Francis De Mello, from where the crime branch seized around 900 litres of moonshine stowed away in drums. Under pressure from opposition parties and the immense outrage over the incident, the state government has now announced compensation of 1 lakh rupees for the victims of those killed.
रोज सुबह उठते बाथरूम जाके आते, फिर जाके वो एक पाउचर पिया था सुबह में, बस नहाया धोया चाय पिया और काम पे गया, एक फेरा मारा, उसके बाद ही उसको नुकसान होने लग गया, पूरा शरीर में फैल गया, तो डॉक्टर ने भी बोला.
All right, I want to cut across to my colleague Mustafa, who's been tracking the details of the story. We are also joined by Mr. Y.C. Pawar. He's a former IPS officer. He's going to be getting us perspective on this story. Mustafa, I want to come to you first. For the benefit of our viewers, give us the timeline, because this spurious liquor was being sold in the same place for over 15 years. 15 years, it went on unabated without the cops doing anything. Can you just give us the timeline of it all?
For now, the crime branch who is investigating this case has asked for a week's time, because they are saying that they have to investigate the source from where this liquor was coming. Let me tell you that since yesterday, the police has stopped revealing the number of deaths. The figure which we have of deaths right now is the figure which was given yesterday night.
Right.
Now the police is trying to save their face, and they are not revealing much details because they don't till now have the exact source from where the liquor was coming in. Also, there are people, there are voices, the survivors are saying that there was a particular lane where there were many illegal dens,
right,
they used to get illegal liquor. So it was rampantly available, and it can't be possible that this was without police knowledge.
You know, Mustafa, the question I also want to ask you is, even when deaths were being reported from the liquor there, it was still being sold. Is that true?
Sorry, pardon?
Mustafa, it is being reported that even while deaths were being reported in the last few days, the liquor was still being sold.
Yes, of course, because it took a lot of time for the people to realize that what is the reason these deaths are happening. There were people who were there in their homes, they were ill, but they didn't realize they are feeling dizzy, they are vomiting because they have drank some poisonous liquor. It took 2 to 3 days for people to realize, for the news to come out, for the police to raid these people, the illegal dens, and for those amount of time the illegal dens were properly operating throughout the day.
Well, you're right there. It could not have happened without the police knowing exactly what was going on. I would like to bring in Mr. Y.S. Pawar, former IPS officer. He's with us. So the question I want to ask you is, how is it possible that illicit liquor like this is being sold even while deaths are being reported, and what our reporters are now tracking for over 15 years? Spurious liquor was being sold in this area. How can it happen without the police there, the local police, being hand in glove?
There are two things. One, whether this is a illicit liquor or a spirit being converted into a intoxication. I am not very sure. If it is illicit liquor and it is going on, then out and out it cannot go without the connivance of the police. If it is only the spirit which is converted into intoxicating thing, that can happen at any time because one doesn't know about it.
Mr. Pawar, what we do know, and I'd like to just inform you, sir. Sir, just would like to inform you, this was Hooch, this was illicit liquor. It was being sold over the last 15 years. This time the chemical combinations went awry, therefore the deaths.
Then, no. See, point is again, once it is if you say that it is a illicit liquor, that is a distilled from the various combination, that won't harm like this. But if it is spirit mixed up with something, then it causes. I don't know, taking it, even if it is illicit liquor, whether it was from various substances which no, because once it is distilled, it becomes pure, unless
Can something like this happen without the connivance of the cops?
So anyway, no. The first thing, that if it is illicit liquor, which is called illicit liquor actually, if that is so, that cannot go on without the knowledge and connivance of the police. But there are number of problems and number of issues involved that. But the fact remains that it can't go on without the knowledge of the police.
Well, so what has the police done? We do know heads have rolled, but way too late. I want to bring in Mustafa at this point of time. Mustafa, action has been taken where the local area jurisdiction police personnel have been suspended right now, is what we are getting to know. On the other hand, what was the government doing till now? 102 deaths and no reaction from the Chief Minister of Maharashtra.
See, basically this is a case of people going and drinking illegal liquor. So the politicians are very conscious at this moment to whether to chip in or not, whether for how long is the responsibility of the police, how much police is involved, because then the Home Ministry will come in picture about that they were not involved, they were not informed that such a big racket was going on. For now, just on a humanitarian ground, yesterday the government has announced a lakh of rupees compensation for the people who have died.
All right, let's once again cut across to Mr. Y.C. Pawar, former IPS officer. So how do you reckon that something like that can go on completely unabated? The political administration in this case, it's taken over 100 deaths for them to actually react and only announce compensation. Still waiting and watching.
No, for these there are various factors responsible and answerable. Number one, that the law itself is not sufficient for booking such people, because it's a bailable offence, and the moment police catch somebody, they are taken to court or even at the police station they are bailed out, and in a process that mere action like this doesn't help anyway. So either there is a lacuna in the law, and what happens in the course of time, police find that when they find that they are helpless in carrying out the raids and booking the people, because they will immediately come out. So in that case, another issue arises, that they then start cooperating with these people, start collecting hafta as it is going on. So why not to collect the money? And people are those who are the owners of the guttas, they are happy to give the hafta to police and carry on merrily. So it's a vicious circle, and then all political people in that area, people from the locality, they know, but nobody comes forward to stop them, and police are happy to get some money out of that, because they can't book them legally and properly and correctly, and because cannot take the deterrent action. All these factors combined together, police are doing that.
Well, because of this lackadaisical action, 102 deaths are now being reported, and we are still counting, because that number, as my colleague Mustafa was pointing out, was of last evening. We're going to keep coming back to the story. Gentlemen, appreciate you joining us. Mr. Y.C. Pawar and my colleague Mustafa, he continue to track the story there.